Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you all had a good weekend. I'm trying to get a few loads of slurry done, which seems to have become the norm now at this stage. Every time we get a day and a half or 2 days of dry weather, we try and get the half a dozen loads out, keep the pressure off. It's working okay at the minute. We're not mucking up too badly. A little bit just outside the gate here, but it's not leaving too deep a track, so yeah, no, I'm happy enough with it. We've got this first field here is done, apart from this little piece up along the ditch, which I'll probably leave. And there's another field now of equal size out this other side, so there is actually a laneway that runs parallel to this ditch we've just come up along, and if we really wanted to, I could come up the lane and come out through this gate, and it would save just coming through the field with the other field with the full tank up. But I'll try a couple of loads and see. There's tomorrow, this evening and tomorrow, there's a chance of some snow, but we may not get it. So if we don't get it, I'll continue on. I'll continue on and spread away. But we're slowly getting on top of the tanks. We've a good few of them now are dropped down. Drop down like a metre or so, which just kind of just takes the pressure off. It will dry up at some stage, but it's just a matter of keeping the pressure off until we do get it, until we get the dry spell of weather. Yeah, so we got rid of some of our cattle this morning. Not that many of them, only got rid of 10, which was the 10 we got rid of is ones that are going over age over the next week or so. So yeah, that's kind of all that's been happening. It's been fairly quiet apart from that. We've had no more calves since last Thursday, which is good. We don't be happy enough if the calving didn't start in earnest for another week or 10 days. This field here, there's just a little bit of a snap of a hill, but it can get a little bit damp down the bottom. So I'm hoping it's not too bad when we get down there. Yeah, so as you can see there, we're putting it on heavy enough. Like, there's only 3 acres in this field, but we'll probably get on 10,000 gallons on it, I'd say. Easily enough, maybe even slightly more. It is fairly watery slurry, some of this stuff here, and yeah, it's just a matter of getting rid of it at the minute. We haven't got many other fields that's dry enough. That is also one of the other drier fields that we've got, so we haven't got too many fields left that's as dry as this that we can just continue to spread in. That's one of the John Deere flaws. I don't know if you noticed it there. If you look down, they put the accelerator hand throttle here. It catches in if you've got work trousers with some of those bloody pockets on it. Every time you go over a bump and the seat moves, it takes the throttle with it, and it'll speed you up at times you don't want to. You probably noticed that there. It's another one of the few design flaws in the Deere range. Yeah, that's all the Slurry I'm going to do for the minute, because I'm heading. I have to go back to the yard, and I have some silage to take down to our to our calves on the out farm, the 100 calves as I call them. Yeah, so I'm on my own today because Ben's away for a job interview. Yeah, we're just heading. Oh, jeez. Yes, I'm just filling this now. I'm well on with it. Our silage pit last week decided to fall down. I had a lovely straight cut in it, and the whole thing collapsed. You can see here on the right hand side, I have most of the stuff here in the middle and left of the pit all lifted. There's just a bit here now on the right hand side. So I'm just scooping it up in the bucket. It's the quickest and easiest way when it's falling down like that. The reason it fell down is because there was a little bit of silage left over last year, and we just put it in straight against it, and yeah, it just fell down. It happens usually when you have a bit of silage left over. I should very soon have enough silage here now. I'm not going to fill the trailer up, and I'm going to attempt to maybe try and take the trailer down on the teleporter. At least now when I have all this loose stuff lifted, I can get back in there with the shear grab. You can actually see, now you might see it on camera, but you can see where the piece of the pit that was left over last year with the shear grab had a straight edge cut on it. I remember it was too big for to try and pull it down anyway, so yeah, we just had to make do with. Yes, I'm just coming into the yard now where we've got the reared calves. I was able to take the trailer down with the teleporter, which was very handy. It saved having to hawk the tractor and trailer down first, and all the messing about with that. Yeah, I just took my time coming down. Wasn't much problem for the teleporter to take it down. So I'll just get it into position now, and I'll get it tipped. And as you seen there, I got the load tip, no problem. The 3420 can actually probably tip it quicker than the tractor because of the speed of the oil pump on it. Definitely quicker than the 6.4 would tip it anyway. Yeah, so we're all tipped and I'm well on with putting it in. I've only got another few blocks left to put in, or a few bucketfuls I mean. Yeah, this shed definitely hasn't gotten in, the passageway hasn't gotten any wider. Anyone that's seen the last video that I was putting in the silage here, you'll have seen how tight it was. But it's definitely not getting any easier to put it in. The one thing you have to do when you're putting silage into this shed is move very slowly, because if any little bit falls off, the wheels will stick their heads out through the bars just as you're driving past to try and get it. And it would be very simple for you to have one of their heads either caught up with the bucket or caught with the wheel or the rear wheel of the teleporter, and before you know what, it could have happened. Maybe you'd have a casualty on your hands with a broken neck or a busted skull, or I don't know. But so, I'm moving very slowly. I'm afraid of that happening, because it's very simple. It could happen. Yes, I've had a few people asking me over the weekend about our 2130. And yeah, it's on the cards to do a bit of an update video on it, of what we've done to it. I've only put up one video about it, and it's back about 18 months ago. We did get back to it and done some work to it since that, but I never done an update video on what we done. It was still all mechanical work mostly. We still haven't done anything in the lines of shot blasting or painting or anything like that. We got the cab too. We had to send the cab for getting some fabrication on it, welding done on it and tidying up. We got the doors all rebuilt on it. There was just rust on the bottoms of the doors, but I'll show all that in the video, and I'll show the new cab, which is now ready for probably could be painted and start putting it back together. But yeah, no, I hope to get that video done now this week. I will get that video done this week, because it's gone on too long without doing some kind of an update video. And I want to yeah, it's on the cards to get back at it. We want to try and get it painted hopefully over the summertime, so whatever few bits of mechanical work needs done to it, we'll try and get them done over the next few months and have it ready that when the good weather comes in, that we might be able to get at it and get the bit of painting done to it. What else was I going to, what other videos was I going to do? Oh yes, also I had a lot more people asking to do a farmyard review, or not a farmyard review, farmyard tour. And I've kind of done bits of different sheds, but I suppose I could do like a bit of a walk around and just show where the sheds are in relation to each other and all that sort of thing, just to give a little bit better of an idea of what the layout of the yard would be. Yeah, so I hope to do that later in the week as well. So a few different videos coming up, and yeah, I'll have videos as well of just what we're at, and just the usual kind of videos along with those too. So I'll hopefully have 4 or 5 videos up now over the next 5 to 6 days. That's what I'm going to be aiming for anyway. Yeah, so that's the videos for later in the week. I'm just finishing off feeding the cattle here at the minute. Haven't very much left to do. This is the last feed I have to discharge out. And it's just starting to do a little bit of snow, I see. Which is not what I wanted to see at all. I was actually half expecting it to maybe stay away. But I just have to see what that does and if it affects us now or slurry spreading tomorrow. Yeah, so we'll be finished off now in about 10 minutes or so, which isn't too bad. And yeah, that's really it for today.